This is Josh at Beautifully Hard Acres, and I'm doing a little project here. We currently have our chickens in an old doghouse that we found, and it was working, but as you can see, it's a place to sleep but nowhere to lay eggs. So we are working on a project here to better improve that, and I wanted to show you what I've been doing. It's a kind of a project that I've just been doing it as we go and kind of figuring it out. But I bought a trailer, just a frame, and it's about a 4x6 kind of frame trailer, perfect for what we're trying to do. So we wanted to take the coop and put it on a trailer so that we can move it around every couple of weeks to help spread out the chicken poop and for the chickens to have fresh bugs to be feeding on. Now, as you can see, this is the trailer frame here. It was just the metal part, none of the wood that was on it. And I built this frame here, this stuff, and so far it's pretty sturdy. I've just used things that I've had sitting around. I didn't have to buy any wood. I bought some screws, and that's about it. And so the trailer was about $200. Wheels are good. You don't have to worry about titling it because it's going to stay here and I'm going to have a coop on it. So I basically started out with framing the trailer out to give it some support. As you can tell, there's some screws that haven't gone all the way in, but it's pretty sturdy. And that is the first part of this. And so just kind of take you around the whole trailer here. I got these from my brother-in-law. A little bit of framing on the back to help keep the trailer there. And pretty cool, pretty excited about it. So now I want to show you what I've been working on basically for a few hours each night as we prepare to get this done. Hopefully we can get it done today. So behind me is the framing for the chicken coop, and I'll take you through it here in a moment on what exactly we're going to be doing. But basically I've been building the framework all across the top of the frame of the trailer, little by little. I've had to take pieces apart and stuff like that. Like I said, I've never done anything like this before, and I'm just refurbishing wood that I have lying around for this. So I started out by framing this piece, and then I got it on the trailer because I was going to add the old dog house to the back of it. But once I got this front piece on, which is where they're going to be laying their eggs, the nesting boxes are right here. 1, 2, 3. These are for larger chickens. And on the other side, you can see there's 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And those are going to be more average sized chickens. So this will be kind of the front door access for humans, so you can get in there and clean it out. But as you notice, one of the cool things about the trailer is we put this chicken wire in so that the coop just falls through. Yeah, it'll get on the trailer, things like that. We'll probably have to clean it out every, I don't know, spray it down every 6 months or so. But excited about it. These are actually the old windows from that right there. If you can remember, we put in a new window up here, and this is where those were at. So we're refurbishing everything that we can. That way they can get some sunlight in there. Not that they spend much time in there, but we'll take a couple of these glass pieces out. As you can see, this one's out to create some ventilation, and put some screening over that or something like that. I'm thinking about putting some insulation in here. I have some left over. Again, I'm not buying it, but it'll help keep them warm in the winter months before we board this up. So basically what we're going to do is going to use old pallet wood and top it off, and then create that after we're done. So I'll show you the final product as we start approaching it. Thanks for tuning in. And I just wanted to give you all an update on where we're at with chicken coop. So the other day I kind of shown you the framework and the trailer idea, and I want to show you today the finished product. So our old chicken coop is right here, that we had a doghouse, or it was an old doghouse that we had been using, and I just made a door to be able to get in and out, and it worked well. I'll show you inside here. It worked well. I just cut a pallet in two and used that as their roosting area, and they always sat up the top there, as you can see. So the problem with this doghouse is there are no nesting boxes, and so I had to come up with something, and I also wanted to make it mobile, and that's how we got this idea here. This is your finished product. Now this was made with pretty much all wood that was sitting around. Obviously the outside part is pallet wood. I eventually plan on painting this to keep it intact, and so that it doesn't rot out or anything. But we have one side of nesting boxes here. As you can see, there are 4, and these are for our smaller birds, if you will. And a window with a netting, or just some metal cover to keep things out but allow airflow in there. About the only thing that I had to buy was screws and yeah, screws. That was really it. This is our other nesting box. Oh, and these little hinges I also bought too for the doors and framework and stuff. So these are the larger boxes. To do that, as you can see, this stuff here is insulation where I missed on the gaps. You know, this is my first time doing something like this, so I definitely had some things that I needed to seal up. But then I put a slant on the roof so that it just drains down, and I got some old metal sheeting from a barn, my brother-in-law, and use that. Eventually plan on putting a gutter system right here, and then have some PVC pipe coming down, and it'll feed into a pipe that the birds can just drink out of, and it'll have that flow. So this is the door access for myself or whoever's going to clean this out, probably me. And as you can see, the bird access there and their little step up here. Open this up for you and kind of show you what we did inside. We put this in here to allow the poop to fall through, and in the winter we'll just load it up with some hay and wood chips and keep it a little bit warmer, and put a covering over their window as well too to keep the air out. This is their roosting area. As I mentioned, as you saw earlier with the framing, I added that back area on specifically for this. You know, it's plenty of room for our birds right now. We're thinking about getting another 15 birds or so, and that should be adequate for what we have. So there's our roost, or our final coop for you. I had a friend come over yesterday and he said it looked pretty redneck, but it was awesome, and I'm pretty proud of it. Everything is refurbished, or just wood that was sitting around, the insulation, everything but the screws and the hinges and the lock that I buy. So there you have it, one more time, get you on all angles. Excited about it. Peace out. Beautifully Hard Acres.